Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Zebu Nation. This is Wings of Glory starring LAFC, and we're back with Season 2 in the MLS. This is our quarter season update. So we've played 10 games, and we're not doing so hot, honestly. After 10 games, we got 2 whole wins, 3 draws, 5 losses, for a total of 9 stinky little points, and -2 goal differential. So we are not doing good at all. We are 17th place in the Supporters Shield right now. Almost 20 points behind Orlando City, who's leading the league in first place right now, which is, a surprise. Toronto FC is nowhere to be found. They are way down in 9th. So you would expect them to be at the top of the Eastern Conference after, the last 2 seasons they've had. But they might be getting a little old right now and, losing some of their top players. So it's time for another team to maybe jump up and catch them. They're being passed over right now by Chicago, Atlanta, New England, and Orlando. Meanwhile, Portland still holding strong on the top of the Western Conference. So no change in the power structure in our conference, but the Eastern Conference is going through a little bit of flux right now. But yeah, in terms of LAFC, we are not performing the way we should. I mean, honestly, it's going kind of the same as it was last year. Slow start, and then hopefully we can build some cohesion and have a successful season, because we're supposed to reach the wild card this season. Last year, the board didn't care. They're like, just finish whatever. Now we actually got some things we got to do. We got to reach the wild card. We got to finish top half in the Supporters Shield. We got to reach the quarterfinals in the U.S. Cup. So we got, actual goals that we need to reach this season. All right. So let's run down the checklist, see what's going on. There's nothing new with the academy. Everybody's still the same. No youth intakes or comings or goings or anything like that. Finances still looking good. 48 million in the bank. We got a little bit of a dip, a little bit of a downward trend right now, but that's, that's fine. We're making tons of money. Transfer budget, of course, payroll still outstanding. Still can't spend any of our money, but it's there should we ever need it. Board, we're looking stable. I guess that's good. 51%. It's a far cry from where we were at the end of last season, where we were 90%, by making the playoffs and winning a first-round game. They were just over the moon. Now they're back to reality. Every season is a new season in MLS. They expect, loyalty is not a thing, honestly. I mean, they'll give you some loyalty, no doubt, but it's not like they'll just keep you at 90% year after year after year, no matter what you do. They expect results, and their confidence is going to show that. The other thing we got going on is the ground. The expansion of the ground is still going on, and I kind of thought this had got completed last season, but I guess that was just the planning phase, I suppose. So now we've got this whole ground expansion going on for the whole season, until 2019. And I haven't really liked the look of our stadium. Our stadium has been kind of boring, so I don't really know what's going on with the stadium and that construction. So we can take a look at our club here. Facilities, what's up with our stadium? Due to move back into Bank of California Stadium after a planned expansion. 11,000 seats are being added. That's way more than we were adding before. Before we were only adding like a couple of thousand. Now we're adding 11,000 more to bring us up to 33,000 seats. Wow. Whoa, look at this StubHub Center. Okay, that explains it. That explains what's going on. So this season, we're going to be playing in the StubHub Center, which is another stadium there in California, in Carson, California. Okay. I kind of thought the StubHub Center was a basketball arena, but maybe this is where This is where the LA Galaxy play? I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But anyway, that explains why our stadium looks so different this season, is because it's an actual different stadium. How about that? Crazy. Okay, so one mystery solved. Let's check out some other mysteries here. We've got a sell-on clause here that we could sell or buy. I don't know. For Hector Villalba, a guy we traded last season, or we were forced to trade last season. So I guess if they sell him on, we'll get 20% of that revenue, and we could sell that revenue to them now for like a lower percentage. But I don't think, I mean, we don't need the money, so we might as well just save it in the bank. Transfer history, not a lot has happened since the beginning of the season, but a little has happened. We brought in Kyle Duncan, a player who played for us last season at fullback, just because we were having some depth issues at fullback. And honestly, I kind of thought this guy was a left fullback, but it turns out he is exclusively a right fullback, so I didn't really need him, honestly. And the first game he played, he came in and got a red card immediately, so maybe this was not the best signing in the world, but we're only paying him $42,500, so it's chump change. Basically, we can get rid of him whenever we want. Speaking of getting rid of guys, we got rid of 3 guys right at the roster deadline, and it was 3 international players, 3 young players who just, they weren't getting any better. They weren't going to get any better. They were guys who we brought in last season just to fill in the ranks, and we no longer need them. That was Guimaraes, Amilcar, and Monday Atim. All 3 of those guys, international players. All 3 of them pretty young players, 23 and under. But we just didn't need them. We had too many internationals on the squad as it was, so we just waived them. And they're all free agents now, so if we ever need them, we can go back and get them again. But I don't see that as a possibility. And then we sent Skylar Munoz on a draft pick from last season, I believe. We sent him out on loan to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Hopefully he can get some playing time and maybe improve himself over there in the lower leagues. But you never know. All right, scouting, not much happening. Scouting, Norwegian Premier Division. Christian Richardson, our chief scout, wants to scout the Norwegian leagues. All right, sure. Go ahead. All right, that was fun. Competition-wise, we looked at that medical center. We got some issues. Namely, our entire defense is got an increased risk of injury. Look at this. Watts, Chavez, Romney, Hector, Roa, Hagelin. That's pretty much everybody on our defense. There's Duncan. There's our new fullback. There's Alash, who's one of our midfielders who can play defense. There's Renico Clark. No, he's Brazilian, right? Brazilian. No, Jamaican. Okay. So Renico Clark, one of our reserve central defenders. So everybody who can play defense for us right now has an increased injury risk. So we're just going to have to go with it, I guess. We're just going to have to take those risks. Training, we don't look at this very often, but right now I'm just training attacking, I guess. Set pieces. We're trying to score goals. We're trying to manufacture goals because we're just not scoring enough this season. So I'm trying different things, and we're seeing what we can do about it. Staff-wise, no staff changes. Everything is the same. We got room for one more scout if we want him, but that's not really necessary. Never look at these team reports. That's fine. We don't need to. Dynamics. That's what we're looking at. So everything is green right now dynamics-wise. Even though we're struggling in the tables, we're not necessarily struggling in the locker room, and that is good. So we got average match cohesion, we got good locker room atmosphere, good leadership support. Hierarchy, looking good. We got strong leadership with Vela, Delgado, and Caldwell. Lots of influential players, so everybody's holding down the locker room. We got lots of support. No players oppose us. You know, a lot of the influential players support us, so this is good. Social groups, you know, pretty solid. We could do with a few more of these guys up in the main group, but for now, this is fine, no problem. Happiness-wise, we got one guy who's unhappy. Marky Delgado is unhappy with his training, but, I mean, We're trying to train this guy up, and he's just not taken to it, so I don't know what we're going to do with that. We got a couple of other guys a little bit concerned with training. Rodrigo is concerned with where our club is at right now. It's kind of hard to blame him. I'm surprised that Vela isn't likewise concerned. But other than that, we're looking pretty good. Team meeting, no need for a team meeting. So let's get to the schedule. Let's see how we've been doing. And as you can see, it's a whole lot of blah. We started out losing to Toronto FC to, sort of gauge where we were at. And where we were at was pretty much that. We were just sort of a pretty good defensive team, for whatever reason, limited offensively, and that has played itself out this season. A lot of one-goal games, a lot of zero-goal games. Just has not been very productive. We had one sort of anomaly here, a 3-0 victory over San Jose, who apparently isn't very good. But last game we had something, a little bit of encouragement. 2-1 victory over Colorado. I changed the formation, changed our tactics, and it worked out pretty well. We had a nice, solid win over Colorado. That could have been just a fluke. It could have been luck. But you know what? We're going to try it again this game and see what's up. So here we have the match. The matchup. Anyway, we're playing Portland now, the other team we need to gauge ourselves against. So we gauged ourselves against Toronto, found ourselves lacking offensively. So now we change things up, and we're going to try ourselves against Portland, who are significant favorites in this game, as they should be. Let's check out our team selection, and here is the formation we used last game, which was the diamond formation, and that allowed us to get Rodrigo and Vela at striker at the same time. Both guys up there. I mean, they're our best players. They're our designated players, so we might as well have them in the game at the same time, looking to score goals, and that's what we're doing. Got Martinez backing them up at the advanced playmaker role. We've moved our rookie Conklin into midfield. He's been playing well for a young 18-year-old. I mean, he is... That's Caldwell. Conklin, for a young 18-year-old, he's been improving. He's been playing well, making good decisions, making nice passes from the midfield. And, he is a Generation Adidas player, which means he's targeted as one of the best young American players, so might as well throw him in there. It worked for Martinez last season. Martinez got Rookie of the Year, had 7 or 8 assists for us from the midfield. So let's try it again with Conklin, see if we can recreate that magic. And, yeah. So there we go. That is our change in formation. We're going to go counterattack against Portland, see what we can do. Romney is lacking match sharpness, but, don't have a lot of options at left fullback, so we're going to put him in there. And here we are, Portland. And this is our line. Let's see, who does Portland? Portland's got everybody you'd expect them. However, they got Diego Valeri back, and that has allowed them to put Nagbe back in the attacking midfield rather than in center midfield. So they could be even stronger this season than last season with this, reconstituted midfield. Allowed them to put Nagbe out on the wing, and they still have Adi at striker. So they're still very strong, still as strong as last season. And meanwhile, we got Stefan in goal, Romney and Roa in the fullbacks. The other thing this diamond formation lets us do is lets us get Roa down the field more. He's one of our best offensive players. Hector and Hagelin in the central defense. Same midfield, well, not the same midfield, but same partnership with Caldwell and Delgado in the midfield. I mentioned Conklin is in there. He's been one of our better rated players. Highest average, 7.22, 4 appearances and 3 substitutions. So he's played a lot for us this season. 7 of our 10 games the rookie has played in. Got a goal and an assist, so can't ask for much more than that. Martinez also playing well. Our top goal scorer, which is a problem when one of your midfielders is your top goal scorer. 3 goals. So Vela and Rodrigo have just not produced for us this season. Slow starts again this season as last season. They haven't even played 10 games combined. So injuries and other factors have led to that. All right, let's get to the tunnel talk here. Team talk. Let's give a good performance. Whatever. Pep talk. Let's go. Eden Mfale. Okay, from goal.com approaches you in the tunnel with a candlestick. You come into this one having struggled a little whilst your opponents are riding the crest of a wave. Do you anticipate another bad day? No, come on. What kind of question is that? I don't know. We'll give him a generic answer. It's hard to say. Get out of here. How much of a boost is Blanco's absence? Not much. They still got a great team. I think it's unfair to single out an individual. Blah, blah, blah. So here we are in Portland. Raucous Portland Stadium. They sell this place out pretty much every match. And here we are. We are in the away whites in the diamond formation. Delgado starts the offense, gets it wide to Roa. Let's go, boys. Conklin to Martinez. Gets it forward to Vela. He cannot control it. There's Martinez bringing it down. Roa. We got to get Roa wide, and we got to get him the ball. So we might want to make that change right now. Let's get wide. Let's exploit the right flank. We did this last game because they had like a brand new fullback making his debut going up against Roa. So we sent him in there. Oh boy, free kick right outside the box. As Valeri sends it in, the header just over the goal. That was incredibly dangerous. De La Garza? Who was that? It's their central defender. Okay. There's another free kick. Valeri to Nagby. Got to guard this dude tightly. He takes the shot, but Stefan is there with the save. So good man. All right, so they're getting a lot of chances right now off the free kick. I'm not liking that. Conklin, our rookie, is looking nervous. Here we go. Caldwell, free kick, near side. He sends it straight to Adi. I don't know that we have our corner plays set up for the diamond formation, so this might not be good. Here's Nagby on the counterattack. Gets it to Powell. Powell to Adi. He sends a strike. That was incredibly dangerous as well. Portland, they keep this up. It's only a matter of time before they score on us. They do have an injury here, though. Bernadello returning to fitness, their defensive midfielder. So maybe we can go after him, but I don't know. All right. This is not looking good. Romney, that was a terrible header. He should have let that go. Adi has it. Oh, what a stop from Stefan. What a stop. We got to do something. They are getting way too many highlights. Let's just see if we can blast the ball downfield. Oh, they're not stuck in. All right. Let's just see if we can blast the ball downfield. See if we can send Vela after the ball. That would be nice. We got him in the poacher role right now. Maybe we could switch him back to the trequartista role. Those two roles are fairly similar, but I think he's a little bit more familiar with the trequartista. All right, here they are with another corner kick. Valeri on the near side drops it short to Nagby. Ugh, Caldwell clears it out of there. They're getting so many set pieces right down by our goal. I'm not happy about this. Get the steal. Delgado, nice defense right there, but no highlight's going to come of that. We have managed to stem the tide, though. 43 minutes down already. Here's another free kick. Valeri drops it to Nagby. Nagby takes the shot wide. Oy vey. So much happening right now, and none of it is good. None of it is for us. So we got serious issues. 1 minute of stoppage time coming up. See if we can survive the half without giving up a goal. That would be absolutely wonderful. Halftime. All right. So we survived the half, survived the onslaught. That's good. All right. Analysis. We got any analysis? Yes, we do. Rodrigo and Hagelin look error prone, so we could sub them out. It's evident that our crossing isn't working, so remove pump the ball. Okay. Poor job of keeping the ball, and we're not getting any chances anyway. Add team instructions, shoot on sight. I've never done that before. Maybe, should we give it a try? Sure. Why not? All right. Pep talk. Let's see. Many of you will be anxious to avenge what happened with Portland. Go out there and express yourselves. All right, that's good. That worked. Always go for the revenge factor. Look at these ratings. Hagelin 6.2. Terrible. Hector 6.3. 6.4 is 5s. Awful. We are playing terrible on every level. And yet we're not losing, so that's good. All right. What are we looking at here? Vela, Rodrigo, Martinez. I mean, these are the guys I want in the game. They're just not, they're not doing it. All right, so we'll get rid of Go Route 1. That obviously didn't work. Should we try, I think we'll try standard, a little less wide. Maybe we'll let them be a little flexible. How about that? I don't know. Just change it up a little bit, not too much. Let's go. All right. All right, second half. Let's go. Let's open up cream soda. There we go. This episode brought to you by IBC Green Cream Soda. Not really. No sponsorship deals here. And that kind of brings me to a topic that's been it's been, ooh, there's a nice foul from Vela. It's been on a lot of people's minds in the FM community recently. Guzman with the corner. We did not set up our corner offense or defense, I don't think, for the diamond formation, so we're gonna lose it on that. That's no good. There's Valeri to Guzman, just an easy goal. That's no good. So yeah, there's been a topic lately of Patreon. I've noticed a lot of creators out there getting their own Patreons, and that's very cool. I'm very happy for them. You may have noticed on my videos that there are advertisements on there now. Here's Valeri, another corner kick on the near side, headed out by Conklin. Nagby grabs it. Guzman again. That's going to be another corner for them. And for me, obviously, I don't get a lot of views, so I'm not making a lot of money on the advertisement, which is why I kind of put the advertisements at the end of the video, just to make them a little less annoying, hopefully. But something I have noticed is that by getting advertisements on the video, my views have gone up. So it's like sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You need views to get ads, but as soon as you get ads, you get more views. So that's really why I'm doing the ads. It's not necessarily for the money, because there is no money coming in. I don't get enough views for that. And that brings me back to Patreon. There's a nice shot from Delgado. That brings me back to Patreon, which is, you'll probably never see a Patreon from me. Because, I have a full-time job. It plays pretty well. I'm not too happy with my job, but, I don't get a lot of satisfaction out of it. But I've sort of, made my bed, and I'm going to lie in it. I've chosen financial security over job satisfaction, and I'm fine with that decision that I've made. So unless I get, like, thousands and thousands of people begging me to have a Patreon, there's Nagby on the far side. Nice defense. Conklin, rookie, is going to grab it. He's going to send it downfield for Vela. This is our best attack of the game. Vela, he's got Rodrigo, and he does not pass it to Rodrigo. Come on, boys. So because I'm financially stable and all that stuff, I'm not going to need a Patreon unless I could change my life with it, and that's probably not going to happen. But I do have some space in my Patreon supporting budget to actually support some other Patreons. You might notice from playing this game that I'm good at, or I like to have a budget and like to stick to budgets. It's something that I do financially, even when playing a stupid video game. So I have some space available in my Patreon budget to support other creators. So I'm going to look around. I'm going to support some other FM creators, you know, not with a ton of money or anything like that. A couple of bucks here and there for as many people as I can. So if you're, you know, somebody who watches these videos and you have a Patreon, go ahead and, you know, put a comment and, you know, promote your Patreon, and I'll send you a buck or two per month, and you know, keep this FM community going, because I know some people out there, especially younger people who are maybe their job market prospects aren't that good at the moment. They kind of need that money a lot more than I do. So definitely, I don't want it. That's another reason why I don't want a Patreon, is I don't want to take money away from people who would need it more than me. So, you know, go ahead and support other creators. You know, I'll do the same, and maybe that will help other people just keep living in this world the way it is right now. Financially, there's a lot of people struggling out there. So hopefully we can help each other get by. That's, you know, public service announcement for the day. All right, so back to the game. Substitutions, we got a lot of possibilities. Martinez is playing bad, but he's looking motivated. Vela and Rodrigo are our best players. We could bring in Hamilton for Rodrigo. Shake him up, because he's a target man. That's fine. Caldwell is looking a little tired, so we can bring in either Thompson or Alash. I think we'll bring in Thompson because he's a little bit more offensively minded. Yeah, and then maybe we could... Conklin is looking nervous, but we'll keep him in there. Hector... we could bring in Watts for Hagelin. That's, you know, a fairly even trade right there. So we made all three of our subs. All right, let's go. Let us do something. We're probably going to have to, once we make these changes, I think at the 70, you know, already past the 70-minute mark, there's Roa with a yellow card. That's no good. He's got a 6.1 rating. All right, here we go. Portland. Powell gets it into Adi. Back to Powell to Chara. Centers to Guzman. He's forward to Ebabisi. Not familiar with that name. All right, they're going to get a corner kick out of it, but we got to go attacking. We got to be expressive. You know, we're just going to have to go for it. Because they are getting everything. You know, we've done nothing to these guys. There's Chara with a terrible cross. So we got to put some pressure on them. Got to go forward. Got to attempt to win this game instead of just sitting back and taking another 1-0 defeat. And this has been our problem all season. Just can't score. We get behind by 1 goal, and it's basically insurmountable. You know, last season when we made that big run, we were able to come back. Even if we got down early by a goal, we were always able to come back and at least salvage a draw, if not come back and win. But this season, at least the beginning of the year, no luck whatsoever. Portland with another free kick. Mabiala to Valeri. He's going to get it wide for Ebabisi. And Roa, nice steal there. Let's go, boys. Why is Rodrigo still in the game? Didn't we sub him out? No. No. We subbed out the wrong player. We subbed out the wrong player. Yep. Okay. We subbed out Vela instead of Rodrigo. Not what I wanted to do at all. Okay, Nagby goes right around our defender. Bad touch there, though. He gets tackled by Thompson. Good man. He's going to send it downfield. There's Rodrigo. Not very aggressive. Gets tackled into stunned silence. Ebabisi. This highlight has gone on forever. Ebabisi out wide to Van Druy. And there's Guzman. Okay. So, we got a ways to go with this team. There's something wrong. There's something missing. And I hate to keep pointing at Rodrigo because our defense is not playing particularly well either. Proceed with tactical changes after the goal. Yeah, sure. Whatever. I hate to keep pointing at Rodrigo, but, you know, he's not giving us goals. And we could use that designated player slot somewhere else. Hector gets the header. Martinez unable to finish. Delgado tracks it down on the far side. You know, I think our midfield is very solid, especially with all the draft picks we've got recently. You know, those guys are going to hopefully progress into excellent MLS quality players. We could use more help on the defense. I mean, I know we got Hector. And I like Watts and Hagland back there, but they're not really top flight MLS defenders. They're sort of just kind of mid-tier dudes. And, you know, with our strikers not performing the way they should be, we're putting a lot of pressure on our defense and our young goalkeeper, and it's just not working out. It's not working out. We can't expect to have shutouts every game and win, you know, win 1-0 or 0-0 draws. It's just not a great way to win. So we got to get some chemistry up front, and we got to figure it out. I thought the diamond formation might do it, and maybe we should keep with it a couple of games, get used to it. I mean, this was Portland, after all, the best team in the Western Conference, if not the best team in the league. So, you know, maybe we shouldn't judge ourselves on them, but it is a little disheartening to say, like, we can't compete with Toronto and Portland. It's going to be hard to win a championship. And maybe we shouldn't be setting our sights on a championship this early in our existence. But, I mean, that's the point, right? Let's see. Nobody expected us to win. You gave it everything. Ugh, nobody liked that. Hand it over to the assistant. Okay, leave the match. Abort. Abort. I guess that's why they have that feature. A lot of people have complained about it, where they weren't hitting the end talk button, and that made it so all their good stuff they were saying didn't actually get translated to the team. But situations like that where you screw it up, you've got sort of an abort button and just say, get out of here. I'll rather say nothing than what I actually said there. Your team struggled on the road. Why can't you put an end to the misery? This is Seth Krigg from the American Soccer Post. He is old and boring, although friendly. But, yeah, let's see. Let's just send our assistant to that. I don't really want to talk to an old, boring man. All right, so we got, this is sort of the doldrums of the season right now, where it's just one game a week, and it's just kind of drags on in the middle of the MLS season, honestly, before we get to the U.S. Cup. So we're going to come back, you know, for our mid-season review. So we'll go through another 10 games, come back and see where we're at. Hopefully we're in much better form, because this is terrible form. This might even be worse form than last season. I think last season, well, we might have been 7th in the first quarter of last season too. So unfortunately we haven't really progressed. But hopefully we can progress in the next quarter of the season, and then, you know, build towards that inevitable playoff run that we're going to make. All right. So I guess that's it. Nothing else to say. Got a bunch of other things going on right now. I'm trying to record a bunch of different games. I've been really neglecting other parts of my channel for Football Manager. Even though since FM18 started up, I've got a lot of new subscribers and a lot of new people at least following my stuff on Twitter and viewing these videos, so that's very cool. But I don't want to really become an FM only channel because I play a lot of other games, and I got some other people who watch the videos who don't really like FM at all. So I don't want to alienate anybody. I definitely don't want to alienate any of the new FM viewers who are watching my channel, but I want to try to keep some of the old people happy as well. So you're going to see some other stuff coming up. Got some Blood Bowl coming up this week. Hopefully going to record a new Endless Space 2. I've been meaning to get to that, but we had all those technical problems last week, and holidays and stuff, Thanksgiving here in the United States and whatever. But yeah, that's it. All right, I'm blabbering now. I'm going to stop that blabbering. So we're up to almost 70 subscribers now. Still trying to get to that 100 mark. So if you like this video, please subscribe. I want to get to 100 subscribers so that I can get a real name for my channel instead of a bunch of gobbledygook at the end of youtube.com/blah blah blah. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. That'll help me out. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye bye.